2, 3, 4. Yes. Okay, we just began recording the class, guys. So I don't want to give you my opinion, guys, because I don't want to have an influence on you. Okay? I am going to respect your opinion, guys, and I am going to remain quiet. I'm just like the referee here, right? If somebody does something wrong, I am going to point that out. You see, I'm going to point that out, and I am going to highlight, guys, the fact that we have to be respectful. Okay? And this activity, guys, the purpose is to make you speak. So I'm going to go one by one, guys. Okay? I am going to address you each at a time, and you will give your opinion about it. This is my advice, guys. Grab a notebook, guys, write all your ideas in that notebook about, you see, abortion, and then you write your opinion, guys. Remember, guys, that religious arguments are not allowed because in science religions is not considered to be factual, right? So you have to give reasons that are logical but that are not related to religion. Okay, so guys, I'm going to give you 10 minutes. Write it down to see your ideas in a notebook. Make like a brainstorming. And then at the end, you write, guys, you see your opinion. And then we'll begin sharing this. Okay, go ahead, people. Go ahead. Listen, I'll give you 10 minutes. Get ready. You have 5 minutes, guys. 5 minutes. Get ready, because we will begin in a moment. Okay, people, and let's see what you got, guys. At this point, guys, I think I would like to ask for a volunteer because I don't want to force you to participate. But if nobody wants to participate, I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna have to begin calling out your names. So, people, a volunteer, guys. A volunteer. Do we have volunteer? Me, teacher, me, teacher. No, you are the teacher. You cannot participate. Okay, I forgot. I am neutral, guys. Neutral. So I cannot participate. Okay. I am, you see, the referee. So I have to respect you and I have to guarantee that everything works out. I'm sorry, works out to well, people. So, guys, yes, people, yes. Who wants to be first? No one, guys. You all are afraid. What are you afraid of? I know that you have your little heart, guys, and I know that you are on one side or another side, and that's okay. I respect you. We don't have to think the same, guys. As long as we respect ourselves, everything is fine. Okay, Eduardo Botoniel, you begin, my friend. Eduardo, let's see what you got to say. I'm very interested. I want to listen to you guys. Eduardo, there you go.
Okay, teacher. My viewpoint is that I'm agree with abortion
Okay,
because uh, around the world it is estimated that 22 million procedures of this type are performed each year in the world, resulting in disabilities for 5 million women and the death of around 47,000 others. And in just in Latin America, some countries, abortion is uh, totally criminalized.
okay,
This means that it's not allowed to carry carry it out or under extreme circumstances, such as when the health or life of the woman is in danger, when there are malformations in the fetus, or when the pregnancy is the result of rape. And in El Salvador, before 1998, the current penal code classified abortion as a crime, but regulated exceptional situations that would not merit sanctions, such as rape and the risk of the life of the mother.
okay. And you made a point, Eduardo. Okay, that's very clever, and you had a good argument. Okay, you are against, you are on favor of abortion because you say that even if it is illegal, a lot of women still practice abortion in the world, right? And since they do it in an illegal way, they have to go to clinics where the procedures are not carried out well, and they put their lives, you see, in danger. Guys, I forgot. I have to play a video. I'm going to play the video right now, guys, and then we continue with your opinions. Okay, very good opinion, Eduardo. Okay, I think it's this one, guys. Let me open the. Yes, I think it's this one, guys. Here I go. Here I go. Wait a minute. I think it's this one, guys. Okay, video playback. Let's hop
Hi,
into it.
folks. My name is Sam, and I'm your friendly guide through some.
If you have problems, guys, with the audio, you please let me know. Here we go.
Hi, folks. My name is Sam, and I'm your friendly guide through some pretty big and complicated topics. Today, I'm here to help us explore the topic of abortion. There's a lot to say about abortion, so I'm going to do my best to talk us through some of the most important facts to help make it clear and easy to understand. First off, abortion is a very personal decision, and only the person who's pregnant can know what is best for them. For anyone dealing with an unintended pregnancy, talking with a trusted adult can help to figure it all out. And I'm here to help too. So, let's start with some of the basics. When a person gets pregnant, they have three options. They can carry the pregnancy to term and raise the baby. They can carry the pregnancy to term and place the baby for adoption, or they can end the pregnancy by having an abortion. You see, there are a lot of reasons a person might have for making any one of these decisions. If someone decides to get an abortion, it might be because they don't want to have a baby, or maybe they can't afford to raise a child. Maybe they're in school and they're worried they won't graduate if they have a baby. Sometimes people already have children and they don't want any more. And sometimes there might be something wrong with the fetus. Either it's not developing properly or it has a serious, incurable disease. Whatever the reason, it's up to the person who's pregnant to decide what's best for them. An abortion is a very safe medical procedure. There are two types, medication and surgical. A surgical abortion is a short 10 to 15-minute procedure that takes place at a clinic or hospital and is performed by a healthcare provider using local anesthesia. The vast majority of surgical abortions are done during the first few months of pregnancy. During this simple procedure, a healthcare provider uses gentle suction to remove the fetus from the uterus through the vagina. Most people say the procedure feels like strong menstrual cramps, and contrary to its name, no surgery is actually involved. A medication abortion is a procedure that uses pills prescribed by a healthcare provider to end a pregnancy. It can be started either in a medical office or at home. This approach is most effective during the first 3 months of pregnancy. Medication abortion consists of two medications that first stop the pregnancy from growing and then cause cramping and bleeding to empty the uterus through the vagina. Most people say medication abortion feels like a really heavy, crampy period. Okay, so those are the basic facts about the physical side of abortion. Now let's talk about the legal side and what you need to understand. There are many laws pertaining to abortion, and every state's laws are different. In some states, young people need their parents' permission to get an abortion. In most of these states, young people may instead seek a judicial bypass. This is when a young person goes in front of a judge to prove they're mature enough to make a decision about their unwanted pregnancy without permission from a parent. Some states allow young people to decide on their own if an abortion is right for them, with no parental involvement. Research your state's laws to better understand your rights. Abortion can be controversial, and it's something the United States has been debating for a long time. In fact, some people feel so strongly about people not having abortions that there are places called crisis pregnancy centers. There are fake clinics that exist only to try to talk a person out of having an abortion. They look and sound like real abortion clinics, so make sure you ask if they provide the services you need and want before you go to one of these fake clinics by mistake. So, while some people don't believe in abortion, others believe a pregnant person should be able to have an abortion and not be judged by others. After all, every person should be able to decide what's best for themselves, their family, and their future. I know we've covered a lot of information. Remember, if you feel confused or overwhelmed, talk to a trusted adult. And if you need to come back and watch this video again, I'll be here waiting to help explain it from the beginning.
Okay, guys, very wise what they say. You see, talk to a trusted adult. Don't talk to anyone. Don't talk to your friend. Okay, I want to talk to my best friend about this. See, the problem that I have now. Talk to a trusted, a grown up, guys. Talk to a trusted grown up. You see, someone who is wise, who has experience, and who loves you, and that's why this person is gonna tell you what is the best thing for you to do. Okay, Ana Maria, your opinion on abortion, please. Thank you, Ana Maria.
What is my opinion for the abortion?
What do you think about abortion?
Mm, for me, it's a decision, but it's a decision for the woman. But the woman consider she is a capacity for the having the baby and the have the capacity monetaries for the baby.
Okay, if they got economical money to support the baby, right? Because on the other side, some people say that we got that here in El Salvador, everyone is against abortion, but there are lots of kids all over, El Salvador, and they are growing in cities and they have no food. Nobody takes
Yes.
care of them. They live in
And the,
poverty.
the
Yes, Anna, go ahead.
and the and the very important is a sentimental is a is a capacity sentimental for the mother is very important, but she had no is a good mother, good mother.
Yeah, so a pregnancy is something that you want, right? But something that you have just for accident, you see. And like I told you guys, there are a lot of poor people here with lots of, children on the streets begging for money, and nobody helps them. And people say we are pro-life, and why don't you go and help those people? Okay, and also some of them become criminals because nobody takes care of the children in El Salvador and nobody gives them education. That's what some people state. Edwin David, please. Edwin, we want to hear about you. Your opinion, Edwin. Edwin David Enriquez.
Okay, teacher.
Okay.
Well, I think that abortion should not be performed because the right to life is violated. And however, there are countries where abortion is legalized.
Yeah. In
And for
Europe
me,
and the United States. Yeah.
yeah, I investigate to be in on surfing internet
Okay.
and see these countries, for example, United States, remember Spain,
Yeah, that's true.
is legalized to the abortion, but in the other countries, for example, in here, El Salvador or Honduras or well, the Vaticano is prohibited to practice to realize this practice.
Okay. Well, you see, Edwin's point is that he's against abortion because it does not respect life. Okay, that's his viewpoint. Okay, somebody might want to say something about that. You go ahead. Harrison Stanley? Harrison? Wait, Harrison, did you disappear? Where are you, Harrison?
Here,
Oh,
teacher.
you are my friend. Okay, please go ahead, Harrison.
Okay, my viewpoint is that it's a practice that any woman can choose, and
Okay,
each woman is free to make his decision.
okay,
And since it can decide whether abortion is good or bad, and it depends a lot of the situation of the pregnant woman.
okay, yeah,
Therefore, she will make the decision, but many times aborting brings other health problems after the practice, and then that can affect the woman. So this it's a decision very important. So and it depends the social or the situation of the woman, since the money it can do to bring um, to the child, to maintain
yeah.
the child. So it's very controversial, but any woman is free to make a decision.
Okay, so that's very important what Harrison says. According to his opinion, a woman should have the right to decide, you see, what to do with, what happens in her body, right? Because it is her body, okay? But remember that in El Salvador, that's not the case. The law prohibits women from having an abortion. So in El Salvador, a woman cannot take her own decision. A woman must endure the pregnancy and they have to end the pregnancy. And if they don't do it, they end up in prison. And sometimes they end up in prison for 30 years, guys, because they consider them to be criminals. That's not the viewpoint that people have in Mexico. You see in Europe, in Spain. I don't want to mention the United States because that's another reality, very, very far away from here. But we have Argentina and Mexico, and that's not what people think. And also, guys, you see, some women have had abortions, but that is because they are sick, you see, and still they end up in prison. So is that fair, guys? That a woman ends up in jail because she had an abortion because she was sick, or if they are if their pregnancy puts their life at risk, they cannot still have, you see, an abortion because it is prohibited. So they have to die, you see, according to the laws that we have here in El Salvador. And I don't think Najib and the Bancada Sian wants to change this because they are very conservative people. Okay, I'm so Jennifer Inas. What? No, Giovanni. Did you participate already? Giovanni. Giovanni. You,
Well, teacher.
okay, go ahead, my friend.
Okay, in my opinion, I agree with the abortion, but just in the case, just only if it has a strict regulation
Okay.
because based on the statistics, girls around 12 or 14 years are victims of rapes,
Oh yeah,
and
that's true. Very good, my friend. Good point.
most cases of that rapes come from his own family,
Yeah, that's
uh, and they are not able to raise a child, and maybe they don't want it to have it.
yeah,
And here in El Salvador, it is very difficult because someone who wants to get an abortion or someone who did an abortion is judged like a criminal.
yeah. That's
Uh, and I heard a case that one woman who has an abortion and they get in prison and he died in prison for something that for a baby that she doesn't want it to have it. And I think that in that cases where the baby comes from an abortion and the decision of the woman is don't have it, I think that I agree. Just in that cases.
very good, my friend. Nice opinion. Okay, very wise. You see, a few years ago, there was a woman who had cancer, and the pregnancy was putting her life at risk. I don't know if she had the abortion performed on her, but then she died in prison. I think that the government didn't allow her to have, you see, the abortion. So she died because the government didn't protect the woman. Okay, they said that the pregnancy was more important. So she died, and for her it was a necessity to have an abortion because she was also suffering from cancer. It was very complicated, guys. Jennifer Ines, we want to listen from you. You're very wise, guys.
Okay, teacher. In my opinion, I believe that women who have life-threatening condition should be able to decide whether or not to continue with a pregnancy, because there are women who die in childbirth or before. The pregnancy is a risk for all women because in the first moment the body recognizes the fetus as a threat and even more so in these women who already have health condition, and that is when we have induced abortion and are still sentenced for homicide, and it's complicated for their lives.
Okay, okay, thank you, Jennifer. Okay, you see, guys. So sometimes pregnancy puts women at risk, but also, guys, we have to consider. You see that idea? Do women have the right to decide, even if they are not at risk, whether you see they want to end up the pregnancy or not? Is that the right thing to do, or is that, or it is not the right thing to do, guys? Okay, I'm a question. That's a question I am making to you. I am not saying if it is good or if it is not bad. I want to listen to your opinion, Lorena Beatriz.
Okay, in my opinion, the abortion is a very controversial issue since there are different opinions about it. But from my point of view, I don't agree with abortion since it is a life that is practically being lost due to a bad decision by an adult. But there are some cases such as rape that I consider that if they should make a law so that these girls or women do not have to bring babies, the product of rape,
Yeah.
into the works. In this sense, I do agree that they should be aborted.
Okay. You see, according to statistics, lots of women who are having babies in hospitals, they are teenagers, and they have been raped. You see, for someone, they have been raped in the family or by somebody else, and and they usually carry, you see, the pregnancy to the end, and the pregnancy is a product of a bad experience, a horrible experience for them, right? Because they were raped. So, okay, what do you think in this case? Maria, thank you, Lorena. Maria Jose Cruz, your opinion, please.
Um, well, I don't have teacher a specific point of view about the abortion, but I mean, I will not practice, but if someone else does it, I don't judge. And because many women die from the clandestine abortions, and there are women and girls, and there should be, I think, no, there should be a way to make it more safe, and but it will still be a personal choice, and I don't know, it depends a lot on the condition of the pregnant woman.
Okay, thank
That's
you.
my opinion.
Okay, according to some pro-abortion groups, they say that even if it is illegal, women still practice abortion. And since it is
Yes.
illegal, yeah, it is more dangerous for them because they have to go to clinics, you see, where they don't receive a good treatment because the whole thing is illegal. And a lot of women have abortions, perform them themselves, but they do it in these clinics that are not safe, you see, because they don't have doctors, they don't have nurses, they don't have the right equipment that they need to perform abortions in a safe way. So they are saying that abortion has to be legalized so that women who decide to practice this, to have an abortion performed on them, they do it on a safe way. And they say that that is their right, okay? Because women have the right to have, you see, access to health systems. That is what they say. I don't know, people. You tell me what you think. Monica, Alejandra. Monica, please. Monica, what's your opinion?
Okay. From my point of view, some women want to use it as an escape for responsibility for their actions. For me, there is no valid pretext for a woman to choose to have an abortion, apart from the fact that they never think about the psychological damage that this case caused them and the risks or to her that an abortion can cause is not a correct form of solution of problems for me.
Okay, thank you, Monica. Thanks so much. Okay. Pamela, Abigail, what is your opinion, Pamela?
I am pro-choice, and I believe that women should have the right to decide what is the best for her and the baby. And some of you think that saving the babies is the best, and I think that it isn't. It is sending the babies into poverty with parents who doesn't want them, and into the system foster care. And I think that there are a lot of little girls um who are right now are being raped by other people, and I think that these little girls should not um, have to be obligated to have another baby. I that's what I think.
Thank you, Pamela. You made lots of points. Okay, that's very interesting. Okay, guys, you see, it's very complex, the topic of abortion in El Salvador. But if you listen to the media and you watch the media, I don't know, guys. I was thinking that everybody was conservative and that everyone was against abortion. And here I am realizing that that's not the case. Things are a lot much more complicated. A lot of people are, you see, on the side of abortion, and a lot of people are not. Okay, so the topic is more complex than I thought, because since we Salvadorians are very religious people, I thought that everybody was against abortion, but it looks like that's not the case. Ricardo, Josue, thank you, my friend. Go ahead.
Okay, in my point of view, I'm not agree, sorry, with the abortion because a lot of women says that is an interruption or I'm going to interrupt my pregnancy, but it's not an interruption. It's a murder. It's alive from the 8th week that the embryo is inside of the woman. That is a point that I have. And if a woman knows what she is doing, she why did she do the thing that she was doing. So it's like if you go to the bank and get into debt, and if you don't have money and you are going to find for a solution, you are going to steal. It's not logical, in my opinion. But in another way, if is for violation or violation, yes, for violation, there is more than a solution, because the woman maybe looking for the easiest solution, but there is more than a solution. The life, there is more than a solution, and another solution can be give the baby in adoption, or can looking for another way, but it's not the abortion the the only solution that they can find. That's my point of view.
Okay, thank you, Ricardo. Okay, very interesting. And I have heard these viewpoints before, and I just have something to say. Okay, let's think about this guy. Okay, we usually say, yeah, but it is the blame of the woman because she had sex. But sex is normal, people. Everyone has had sex in his life at one or another point. We cannot prohibit people from having sex. So what can we do to prevent pregnancies? Because everyone has sex. Well, we have to educate people. And guys, do girls receive, education in El Salvador? I don't think we have access to sexual education in El Salvador because, in the schools, this is not what girls are taught. In the United States, you see, when girls go to school, they are taught about, uh, sexual education, and they use contraceptives so that they avoid getting pregnant because having sex is normal. Okay, and also I was wondering if it is the right thing to blame only the woman, because to make a baby you need two people, a man and a woman. So how come we don't blame the man? You see, they sometimes go away and they don't care, you see, about the child. For example, my mama, when she got pregnant, you see, uh, she was pregnant, and I was the okay, the baby she was about to have. My father didn't want to support her, and she said, "Well, I'm sorry, you get the fuck out of here. I am not going to help you, and it's a problem." And in that case, what does a woman do? Okay, what does a woman have to do if she's not even getting, help from the father? And the other thing, guys, you see, uh, I like to think to understand, to try to understand this better. I like to think, okay, I pretend that I am a woman, and then I think to myself, okay, so I am a woman. I am raped, and the person who rapes me beats me. This person, hurts me. This person harms me. This person kicks me. This person slaps me. This person punches me because it's forcing me to have sex. This person probably wants me, okay? And this person could probably even break, you see, one of my arms because it's forcing me to have to have sex with him. So now I begin to think, okay, I've been mistreated and I am traumatized by this man. Do I have to carry the pregnancy? Do I have to end the pregnancy when all this you see is nothing but a trauma in my life? I don't know. What do you think about it, guys? Do you think it's fair that a woman that has been mistreated, you see, ends a pregnancy that has been conceived in an aggressive and violent way? And when the woman is already traumatized? Okay, I don't know, guys. I don't know. You tell me. Rosario de Jesus, please.
Teacher,
Yes, my friend.
I think that the best way to handle this topic is to be in the shoes of the other person, because it's easy to say there are many options like gave her in adoption, but many of these girls don't have education. They live in a faraway canton, and they don't have healthcare.
Yes,
So I
you made
think
a
that
point.
this is the best way to be in the shoes of the other person,
And
because we don't know how to they live.
okay, and they don't have support neither from the government, nor from society, nor from anyone else. Okay, Rosario, thank you.
Exactly. Many times, and from his family, neither.
But yeah, thank you. You made a point, Giovanni. Thank you. Thanks so much. Rosario? Rosario?
Eh, I consider that is a very personal decision for the woman, and it is very difficult to talk about this issue, but I think that there are some cases in which woman can decide it whether to abort or not. For example, when underage girls are raped, for example, in El Salvador in 2017, there were uh, 19,190 teenagers and pregnant little girls, which 718 81 correspond to girls between the age of 10 and 4 years. And they didn't have an option to decide if they want to have this baby or not. And another case that I consider that the woman can decide it is when there is a problem during pregnancies that pose a risk to the woman's health.
Okay. Thank you, Rosario. Yeah. Okay. That's important. You see, 19,000 teenagers, young teenagers who got pregnant because he was raped. That's scary, people. Okay. We men have to respect women and we have to control ourselves. We are not animals. I'm going to rape that woman because she's sexy and because she's wearing a skirt. No, we have to respect women. You see, we see a woman that is beautiful and attractive. We don't have to say anything to her. You see, we have to respect her. Yeah, Yasari, thank you. You're the last one, but not the least. Okay, and not the least important. We want to listen to you, Yasari. Go ahead.
Okay. Abortion is called one of the safest procedures. It is said that even childbirth is far more dangerous than abortion and risks the life of their mother. It is only the mother who will decide what happens with her body. According to them, no one has the right to intervene. Also, it is weird how most of the men are actually not agree of abortion, whereas they are one of the main reasons why a woman chooses abortion. If one is not ready or stable enough to provide for the child, why bring the child into the world to make it suffer? It is the woman who, in reality, should be the only decision maker in regards to abortion. That's my opinion, teacher.
Thank you, Yasari. Very wise. Very wise. Okay, guys, we finish here. I appreciate it, guys. It was very interesting, and you all are very wise, and I respect your opinions. So, thank you, Rosario. Thank you, Yasari. Thank you, Ricardo. Ricardo Josué, Pamela Abigail, Mónica, María José. Thank you, people. Lorena Beatriz, Jennifer Inés, Giovanni Daniel, Harrison, Edwin, Eduardo, Ana Maria. Thank you for sharing your opinions, guys. We respect your opinions, and we have, you see, a big appreciation for you all. Thank you, people. You see,
Teacher,
yes, my friend, go ahead. Yes,
I look and the other opinion
yes,
that I have is if the woman had an illegal abort, it's okay, but okay the jail is a cárcel, ¿verdad?
yeah,
Jail,
Jail, yeah,
jail.
Jail, yeah,
But also the papa for the future baby or the
yeah,
father, the
yeah.
to go the Hegel will as will because he should have known that she was going to the decision the abort or he did not was to be helping the responsibility for the woman.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Ana Maria. You see, that's important. It's not only a woman's responsibility, but guys, it's also your responsibility. Man, you man, it's your
Yes,
responsibility.
it's a responsibility the two, but
Yeah, the two of
is a parent.
yeah, their parents, right? Okay, thank you, people. Guys, now let's go into the book. Okay. Thank you, people. I appreciate it. I have learning a lot from you guys. You see? Yeah, I'm learning a lot, guys. So I'm very grateful. Okay, here we go, guys. And let's open the book. Okay, let's do some exercises. We still have some time, guys. 4 minutes. Okay. Guys, we get into Unit 10. Guys, you see, the first activity I always say is the most important activity because that's when you speak English. And that's what it is all about. The rest is grammar, vocabulary, and things that we have to learn, but we do it in a very artificial way, guys. Okay? You know, when you speak, that's natural, and that's what I want you to do. Okay, this is what we did yesterday. Do you remember, guys? Now, we will be doing this activity. Okay, let's get to page, guys, 144. Okay, dealing with problems, guys. Recognizing. Wake up and smell the coffee. This is that you have to recognize that there is a problem, guys. Take heed, okay, of something. Take heed of your computer problem. Pay attention to your problem. Ignoring. Bury your head in the sand. Turn a blind eye to something. Okay. Make light of something. Make light of your smoking problem. Turn a blind eye to the smoking problem that you have. Being supportive and unsupportive, guys. Supporting your friend. I will stand by you. I stick by you. I stick with the problems that you have. I will back you up. That means that I am going to support you because I am your friend. I abandon you, guys. I don't care about you. That is bail out on someone. Don't bail out on your friend. Don't leave her high and dry because she's your friend. Leave her high and dry. Okay, don't turn your back on her because she's your friend. It's what we were saying, you see. Men turn their back on women after having sex, and women are pregnant, okay, but they are not, they abandon them, okay. So you see, I'm sorry, okay. Facing the consequences. Buy the bullet, okay. Face the music, pick up this guy. Face the music, okay. You spent all the money and now you're broke. I'm sorry, face the music, okay. Pay the piper, okay. It means you spend all your money, okay. Now you have to make a loan and you will pay interest. I'm sorry, you have to pay the piper, okay. It means that you have to face the consequences of your decisions, okay. I'm sorry, you're gonna have to take your own medicine, okay. So guys, please, I want you to do these exercises on page 144. I will give you guys like 10 minutes, guys. Please go ahead. If you need any help, guys, I would be very glad to help. So you please let me know, guys, if you need any kind of help. Okay, guys, go ahead, go ahead. Go ahead, people. 10 minutes, guys. people. Do we check this now, guys? Are you ready? Okay, let's try to work it out, guys. Okay, understand. No, that's not the one. This is what we have done already. Okay, this is one. Okay, guys, wake up and smell the coffee. Take heed of your problem. Pay attention to your habits. Bury your head in the sun. Turn a blind eye to your friend. And make light of your problem. Okay, fill in the blanks using the expressions above. There may be more than one possible answer, guys. Number one, please. Number one, while operating a vehicle, a responsible driver should, guys, okay, take heed of traffic signs and signals. You see here, we can use this one, recognize. Take heed of your traffic signs and signals, or pay attention to traffic signs and signals. Number two, guys, please. Somebody go for number two. Remember, we have to use either these expressions that have to do with recognizing or these ones that are related to ignoring. People, number two. People, number two. Number two, guys. Yes, somebody quick.
If you make light of your responsibilities, you will get passed over for a promotion.
Thank you, my friend. Very good. You got it. Very good. Number three, guys. Richard didn't want to admit uh, his gambling problem, so he, guys, ignoring. This is the one of these three guys. Which who wants to work this out? People? Somebody? Somebody tell me. Won't you tell me why I work
Turn a
so hard?
blind eye.
Yes. Okay. So okay. Don't. Okay. So he turns a blind eye to his gaming, to his gambling problem. Okay, being supportive, guys, and unsupportive. Stand by you, stick by me, stick with someone, back your friend up, bail out on someone, leave your friend high and dry, turn your back on your girlfriend. Okay, guys, so we have pair up with a classmate and discuss situations when you were supported or abandoned by following people. Use the expressions above. Okay, guys. Parents, roommates or neighbors, classmates or colleague, best friend, brother or sister, teacher or superior. My sister and I always stand by each other. She took care of me during my entire hospital stay for my surgery. I really appreciate that she didn't leave me high and dry. Guys, I had a friend who I owned, who I lent, you see, like $1,000. But uh, but uh, but then, guys, I was in the hospital, and when I was on the hospital, he bailed out on me. He didn't visit me, and then when I cured, you see, when I was cured, I asked him for the money that he was owing me. He didn't pay me, and now he doesn't talk to me. You see, guys? You see? So be careful with the friends that you have, guys. And this is a true story, guys. I am not making this up. Okay, guys? So, anybody else? Brother or sister, teacher or superior, classmate or colleague, roommate or neighbor, parents. People, please. That's one example. Okay, guys? That's one example. Your my girlfriend. Oh, well, it's complicated, guys. Okay, you say, okay, my girlfriend or my boyfriend, and they have always stood by me because they truly love me. Okay, that's good. Okay, that's why. That's the opposite example. Okay. What about you guys? What about you? Set an example, guys, and we'll move on. Please, guys, quickly set an example and we'll move on. Quickly, we have to do the other exercises, guys. Quickly, guys.
Teacher, my parents stand by me in everything that I do.
Wonderful, wonderful. Yes. Okay, those are uh, true parents. You take care of them. Okay. Facing the consequences by the bullet, face the music, pay the piper, take one's medicine. Okay, this is easier, guys. I can't believe you scratched on Mr. Ransford's scooter. I guess you have to go tell him. Here, guys. This one, you have to change this one. Please modify the leader tail of this sentence that we have over here, guys. Please modify the last part, guys. What would you say? Please?
Pay the piper.
Yes, I guess we have to pay the piper. Very good, my friend. Okay, it was an accident. Plus, you wrecked his garden when you were skating last night. You also need to explain what you did. Okay, guys. So here you change this. You also need to, guys.
Face the music.
Yeah. Okay. Take your medicine, my friend. Take your medicine. Do you think he'll tell our problems about this? Probably, and then we have to accept our punishment from them too. You see, guys? Accept our punishment. Which one? Which one, people? Which one? Accept our punishment. We change it for some of the four expressions that we have here, guys. Which one would you choose? Go ahead, people. Tell me. Quickly, guys. We have to move ahead, people. Go ahead. Which one? Qué poesía conmigo. Tienes más comida. Okay, people. Go ahead. Go ahead, guys. Quickly, quickly, people. Who is next? Guys won't be letting me down. Come on, guys. Eduardo, please go ahead, my friend. Eduardo Toniel. Which one would you use?
Face the music.
Yeah, we have to face the music from. Okay, we have to face the music now. No other way out. Now, guys, complete the letter. Fill in the blanks with the words or expressions from the audio. Dear Dad, I'm writing to thank you for all your help. I've been, you have to complete it here, to my diet and recognizing when I'm becoming, thanks to your advice, and I am no longer. Here you have to fill in the blank. All my problems, and I'm working hard not to become so, guys. I don't know. Over insignificant things. I also been consider seeing, guys. Okay, uh, if I can find, you see, an affordable one. But for now, I know what my symptoms are, and I am okay of them. Now that I'm okay, I feel more energized. Without your unconditional support, I would still have my health, guys. Okay, I am blessed to have a father like you. Sincerely, Ellen. Now, guys, I think we will be using, these idioms. Okay, these idioms on this page, we will be using them on this exercise. I'm going to play the listening, guys. Listen. Here we go.
Unit 10. Language Practice. A. Complete the letter.
I have no energy to accomplish anything.
Are you okay? You seem pessimistic.
I'm feeling tired and having constant headaches.
You could be suffering from depression.
Don't go overboard, Dad.
Quit burying your head in the sand. If you don't wake up and smell the coffee now, your condition will only worsen.
Trust me, I'm fine.
You're making light of this. Every symptom you've shown could be a sign that you're depressed.
Assuming you're right, what else should I pay attention to?
Do you often feel irritable or sad?
Yeah, I guess I've been turning a blind eye to all of this. But seeing a counselor is expensive. How can I combat this on my own?
You will feel more energized if you exercise daily. Also, take heed of your diet. It's important to eat nutritious food.
Okay. And how do I stop feeling moody?
Look on the bright side of your life, and if something continues to upset you, talk about it with someone you trust, like me. Unit 10. Language Practice. A. Complete the letter.
I have no energy to accomplish anything.
Are you okay? You seem pessimistic.
I'm feeling tired and having constant headaches.
You could be suffering from depression.
Don't go overboard, Dad.
Quit burying your head in the sand. If you don't wake up and smell the coffee now, your condition will only worsen.
Trust me, I'm fine.
You're making light of this. Every symptom you've shown could be a sign that you're depressed.
Assuming you're right, what else should I pay attention to?
Do you often feel irritable or sad?
Yeah, I guess I've been turning a blind eye to all of this. But seeing a counselor is expensive. How can I combat this on my own?
You will feel more energized if you exercise daily. Also, take heed of your diet. It's important to eat nutritious food.
Okay. And how do I stop feeling moody?
Look on the bright side of your life, and if something continues to upset you, talk about it with someone you trust, like me.
Okay, people. So if you have a problem, you have to talk it over with someone you trust, not with anyone else. That's a mistake that we make when we have problems. We tell our problems to any person. I don't know. We talk to anyone, and a lot of people are not reliable, guys, and a lot of people don't want to help you, and a lot of people are mean. So you talk to someone you trust. Okay, dear Dad, I am writing to thank you for all your help. I've been, guys, to my diet and recognizing when, guys, I've been. What is number one? What do you have for number one, guys? I've been. mhm, I've been, what can we say, guys? If you don't remember the word, let us be logical and let us use what we think as it fits in this context. What would that be, guys? I've been faithful to my diet, you see, and recognizing when I am becoming, guys. Yes, I don't know. Let us be logical if we don't remember that. And recognizing when I am becoming, guys. What is she becoming? Sad, depressed. I'm becoming depressed. Okay. Thanks to your advice. I'm no longer, guys. I'm no longer on my problem. Hmm. Okay, being supportive and supporting. I'm no longer, guys, taking heed, you see, on my problem. Yeah, let us use the idioms that we have here, guys. I'm no longer taking heed, you see, on my problem. And I'm working hard uh, to not become so, guys. So, when you are changing, guys, your personality at every moment, what is that? You're happy right now and then you are angry.
Moody.
Moody, okay. So moody, okay. I have also been considering seeing, guys. Ah, you are sick. Where do you go, guys? You are sick. Where do you go? I've also been considering.
Hospital.
mm, Yes, seeing, but you don't go see a hospital. Who is in the hospital? Who is going to treat you? Who's going to
The
treat you?
doctor.
Yeah. So I've also been considering seeing a doctor. If I can find, guys, you see, if I can find an affordable one. But for now, it could also be a psychologist, guys, or the word that they use in the listening. I know what my symptoms are. Okay, guys, I'm, guys, one of these, realize, dealing with. Okay, wake up, take heed, pay attention, guys. I am pay, no, it's up, guys. So it's got to be one with the up. Okay, up. Here we have up. So here I am, taking here the up. What is that? Taking here of them. Now I've been, guys. I feel more energized. Now, now that I'm, guys, now that I've, you know, smelled the coffee, I don't know, I feel more energized without your unconditional support. I would still have my head, guys. Uh, uh, Without your unconditional support, I would still have my head, guys. Where? Do you remember? Head. Okay. I would still have my head in the sun. You see it? I would still have my head in the sun. I'm blessed to have a father like you. Okay. Sincerely, Ellen. Okay, next exercise that we have to do, guys, that is this one. Determine the causes and effects, guys. You see? Causes provoke something to happen. The effect is the result, you see, the result of a cause. So this is a relationship. For example, a cause, guys. You drink too much alcohol and then you drive. What happens, guys? You're very, very drunk. So you have an accident, you have a car accident because you were drinking heavily before uh, before getting into your car and before you began, you see, driving. So the cause, guys, alcohol. You got too drunk. Effect, guys, you had the car accident. You see, guys, this is what they call a cause and effect relationship. Okay, so guys, complete complete the chart with the information you hear. Use the expressions you've learned. Okay, guys. So they mean pay the piper, take a medicine, play the music, bite a bullet, stand by, stick by, back up someone, bail out on someone, leave someone high and dry, turn your back on someone, wake up and smell the coffee, take heed of your problem, pay attention to your problem, bury your head in the sand, turn a blind eye to the problem that you have, make light of something. So we have to use those expressions here, okay? We got feel overwhelmed by guilt, okay? Cause a positive brain reaction, make them feel assured of your support. I'm sorry, guys. Increase their self-esteem. I am going to play the audio, guys. You please complete the chart. Get ready with your pencils. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on, baby, say you love me. 5, 3, 7, 9.
Unit 10. Language practice. B. Determine the causes and effects.
Mark has been overly worried about law school applications, and honestly, I'm tired of it.
Are you going to bail out on him?
I don't know.
Turning your back on him will make you look self-centered.
Yeah, and I would feel guilty if I left him high and dry.
Then don't. I read an article that said when you back someone up, it triggers a positive reaction in your brain, just like when you earn a high grade.
What should I do then?
Let him know you will stick by him. That'll make him feel assured of your support.
Okay, I should also remind him of how he has overcome obstacles before, like when he took his college entrance exams. He was so worried, but he breezed through them.
That'll boost his confidence.
What if I bake him his favorite cookies?
Sounds great. You could also share examples of your own failures to make him feel less vulnerable if he doesn't get accepted.
Standing by someone sounds hard, but I'll give it a try.
Unit 10. Language practice. B. Determine the causes and effects.
Mark has been overly worried about law school applications, and honestly, I'm tired of it.
Are you going to bail out on him?
I don't know.
Turning your back on him will make you look self-centered.
Yeah, and I would feel guilty if I left him high and dry.
Then don't. I read an article that said when you back someone up, it triggers a positive reaction in your brain, just like when you earn a high grade.
What should I do then?
Let him know you will stick by him. That'll make him feel assured of your support.
Okay, I should also remind him of how he has overcome obstacles before, like when he took his college entrance exams. He was so worried, but he breezed through them.
That'll boost his confidence.
What if I bake him his favorite cookies?
Sounds great. You could also share examples of your own failures to make him feel less vulnerable if he doesn't get accepted.
Standing by someone sounds hard, but I'll give it a try.
Okay, that was quite fast, right? Yes, the woman is talking about her friend, okay, and at first she was saying, I'm tired of him. I don't want to help it. But she's talking to another person who is very wise, and she said, are you gonna turn your back on him? But she wants something like this one. She said, are you gonna bail out on him? Okay, he's your friend. You don't have to do it. You have to support him. Okay, so feel overwhelmed by guilt, guys. Okay, and she says that if she doesn't give him support, she will feel, you see, overwhelmed by guilt. What expression can we use here, guys? Okay, if she, guys, is ignore, no, it is abandoning. Okay, if she bails out on her friend, if she leaves her friend high and dry, if she turns her back on her friend, guys, okay, she said she will feel guilty. That you will feel guilt. Now, guys, what causes a positive brain reaction, guys, according to the conversation?
Back someone up.
Yeah, you got it. Very good. You back your friend up. That causes, you see, a positive brain reaction, guys. So I didn't know that, guys. So you see, helping people, guys, physiologically speaking, is healthy. That's something I didn't know. Okay, make them feel assured of your support, guys. Cause, guys, how can you make someone feel assured of your support?
Stand by someone.
Yeah, stand by her. Okay, increase their self-esteem, guys. Increase their self-esteem. Cause, people, cause, increase their self-esteem, guys. Yes. Oh, share your experiences, your own personal experience with this person to show, that person how you have, get over your own obstacles, you see. Uh, and, okay. Uh, no, show people how you wake up and smell your coffee. Show people how you take heed of your problems, okay? And you will help them, guys, to increase their self-esteem, because sometimes everything is a matter of self-esteem. You don't believe in yourself. I'm sorry, guys. You don't believe in yourself, and this is like causing you problems most of the time. So you have to believe in yourselves. You have to trust yourself, guys. And if you want to exceed at doing something, you have to make an effort. Okay. For example, you want to be the best student at mathematics in the course, you have to do all the exercises, you have to study, and that will help you also with your self-esteem. Okay, but remember, guys, you are human beings. You have dignity, and that's good enough to know that you should have a good self-esteem. If somebody comes and he mistreats you, that person is wrong. Okay, that person is wrong, because we all are human beings, and no matter where we are from, no matter, you see, our social class, no matter our ethnicity, we are human beings and we should be respected, and we have, you see, our own dignity. Okay, listen to the audio and write down each outcome Dexter could face. If he had failed the exam, he would have, you complete this here, guys, he would have failed the class. Number two, number three. If he chooses to keep his cheating a secret, he will. If he chooses to keep his cheating a secret, he will. Okay, you write here the consequences. If he decides to confess that he cheated, he will. Okay, guys. I don't know. He will probably feel better with himself, even if he has to face the music people. Here we go. Listen to the audio.
Unit 10. Language Practice. C. List the consequences. Andy, I cheated on my ecology final exam.
You what?
I didn't want to fail the class. It could affect my chances of becoming an environmentalist in the future.
That's no excuse.
What about my parents? I would have had to take my medicine from them if I didn't pass the course.
Once they find out, you'll need to face the music anyway. Look, I know it's going to be tough, but you should confess to your professor.
No, then I'll have to reveal to my girlfriend that I cheated. It'll be disgraceful.
You'll have more pipers to pay if you don't tell the truth.
Like what?
You'll have a guilty conscience. And the reason we're tested is to ensure we understand the material that has been taught.
So I won't be prepared for the advanced ecology course?
Exactly.
But Professor Fleming will make me retake the class.
It'll be great review.
Okay, I'll bite the bullet and go talk to him.
You're making the right choice.
Unit 10. Language Practice. C. List the consequences. Andy, I cheated on my ecology final exam.
You what?
I didn't want to fail the class. It could affect my chances of becoming an environmentalist in the future.
That's no excuse.
What about my parents? I would have had to take my medicine from them if I didn't pass the course.
Once they find out, you'll need to face the music anyway. Look, I know it's going to be tough, but you should confess to your professor.
No, then I'll have to reveal to my girlfriend that I cheated. It'll be disgraceful.
You'll have more pipers to pay if you don't tell the truth.
Like what?
You'll have a guilty conscience. And the reason we're tested is to ensure we understand the material that has been taught.
So I won't be prepared for the advanced ecology course?
Exactly.
But Professor Fleming will make me retake the class.
It'll be great review.
Okay, I'll bite the bullet and go talk to him.
You're making the right choice.
One more time, teacher, please.
Unit 10. Language Practice. C. List the consequences. Andy, I cheated on my ecology final exam.
You what?
I didn't want to fail the class. It could affect my chances of becoming an environmentalist in the future.
That's no excuse.
What about my parents? I would have had to take my medicine from them if I didn't pass the course.
Once they find out, you'll need to face the music anyway. Look, I know it's going to be tough, but you should confess to your professor.
No, then I'll have to reveal to my girlfriend that I cheated. It'll be disgraceful.
You'll have more pipers to pay if you don't tell the truth.
Like what?
You'll have a guilty conscience. And the reason we're tested is to ensure we understand the material that has been taught.
So I won't be prepared for the advanced ecology course?
Exactly.
But Professor Fleming will make me retake the class.
It'll be great review.
Okay, I'll bite the bullet and go talk to him.
Okay, people, it's important, guys. I want you to know that when you speak to some Americans, even though you say they are imperialist or whatever you say about the American government, you see they have this sense of doing what it is right, and that's we don't have here in El Salvador. He's the president, he has to steal money from the government. No, in the United States, when you speak to Americans, they say you have to do what is the right thing to do. Okay, here, okay, if you copy and you pass, it's okay, even better. Okay, no, in those countries, people don't think that way, guys, and they have a sense of responsibility, and also they care about, you see, feeling guilty or not because they are doing the wrong thing. Okay, guys, if he had failed the exam, he would have, guys, failed the class. Number two, guys, he would have, guys,
Affect the chances of becoming environmentalists.
yeah, that's true, very good, my friend. Number three, talk to his parents. Talk to his parents.
He will take the medicine for his parents.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, if he chooses to keep his cheating a secret, guys, he will. Girlfriend, he will.
Pay the piper.
Yeah, he would have to. He will have to. Say your girlfriend that he's not an honest person, and then he will have to pay the piper because he's doing the wrong thing. Okay, if he decides to confess he cheated, guys, what will happen? Number one,
He has to retake the class.
yeah, that's true. Number two, he will have to retake the class. Number two, guys. Yes, number two. Okay, guys, he will have to review all the classes again because he will be taking the class once more, and he won't be able to understand the advanced course, guys. Okay, if he doesn't confess. Okay, if he doesn't confess. Okay, people, it is already 7:50, guys. We have to finish the class, and guys, that debate was, people very nice. Okay, I learned a lot from you guys, and it was really a very nice activity that we did. Okay, we have to finish here, guys. I will see you tomorrow. Bye bye, everyone. Bye bye, people. Bye bye.
Bye,
Bye,
teacher.
teacher.
Bye.